Hello, everyone. As a human resources manager who spent more than 15 years in the luxury hotel sector, it's a real pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with you today.
I want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you from the Europe Hotel School. You are the future leaders of our industry. And what we're going to talk about today is truly changing the game when it comes to hiring. I promise that these insights are going to be absolutely crucial for your careers ahead. So, here's a quick look at our plan for this session. We'll start with the big challenge in traditional interviewing. Then, we'll look at a new approach using platforms like HireVue. We'll get into how the AI actually works, how we build a success profile on our end, and finally, we'll talk about the really important topic of fairness in all of this. All right, so let's begin with the core problem this technology was really built to solve. And that's the subjectivity. The inconsistency that's just built into traditional face-to-face interviews. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Think about it in a hotel setting. One food and beverage manager might be looking for someone really high energy and extroverted. But the front office manager? They might be prioritizing someone who is calm under pressure. If there's no common standard, the quality of who we hire can be all over the place. So, to fix this, many of the leading hotel groups are bringing in a whole new way of thinking. We're looking for ways to bring a little bit of science and objectivity right to that very first step of the interview process. We call this method structured digital interviewing. And what it means is, by using a platform like HireVue, we make sure that every single applicant for a role gets the same questions in the same format, and most importantly, they're evaluated against the same core competencies. It's all about creating a level playing field right from the start. Okay, now this is the part that I find absolutely fascinating, and it's what you'll experience firsthand as a candidate. How on earth does this AI actually do its analysis?
Well, for you, the process is pretty simple. First, you'll get an email inviting you to what's called an on-demand interview. The great thing about this is you can record your answers whenever and wherever you feel most comfortable. After you submit, the AI then gets to work, performing what's called a behavioral analysis on your responses.
And what's so interesting here is that the AI is analyzing way more than just the words you use. It's looking at your communication patterns, things like your tone of voice, how quickly you speak, the clarity of your language, all to identify key behavioral traits. It's searching for signs of conscientiousness, how you approach solving problems, and of course, that quality that is so vital in our industry, emotional intelligence. Your resume can tell me you worked at a 5-star hotel. That's great. But it can't tell me if you have that genuine warmth, that real service attitude that we need to create an amazing guest experience. This technology gives us a peek into those essential soft skills right from the get-go. Now, for the AI to know what excellence looks like, we in HR have to give it a model to work from. And that's where we use data from our very own teams to create something called a success profile. So what is a success profile? Well, you can think of it as a data-driven blueprint of what great looks like in a specific job at our hotel. It's not some generic model, it's completely tailored to our unique culture and our specific service standards. And the process is very methodical. We'll ask our very best front desk agents, or maybe our most effective concierge, to take that same HireVue assessment. The AI then looks at all their responses and pinpoints what they have in common. Maybe it finds they all show really high levels of empathy and resilience. Well, that then becomes the benchmark that we measure new candidates against. The result of all this is some really powerful predictive performance data. It lets a hiring manager see which candidates truly have the behavioral traits that we know lead to success and a long career in our hotel's unique environment. Now, of course, using data to predict performance brings up a really important question. A lot of people worry, could a machine be cold or maybe even biased? So let's talk about how this technology can actually make the process more equitable for everyone. This is the big question, right? Can an algorithm really be fair in a process that feels so human? Well, the evidence suggests that when it's designed the right way, it can actually be fairer than relying on humans alone. Let's just compare them side by side. In a classic interview, unconscious biases can play a huge role. A manager might be influenced by a candidate's accent, what they're wearing, or even just a subjective gut feeling. The AI, on the other hand, is literally programmed to ignore all of that. It only focuses on what matters for the job, the substance of your answers, your communication patterns, and things we call competency markers. For instance, when you tell a story about solving a guest's problem, it's analyzing the structure of your story to see true problem-solving skills. So, by systematically taking things like appearance, age, or background out of that first look, the AI really does level the playing field. It helps make sure that every single candidate is judged on their ability to show the qualities that actually lead to success in the role. So as you all get ready to start your careers in this amazing industry, this is the question I really want to leave you with. Whether you're facing a person or a camera, the goal is exactly the same. Understanding how these tools work will empower you to better explain your skills and really demonstrate your unique potential. Thank you so much.